The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Dan France Concrete, a licensed and insured residential and commercial concrete construction contractor serving Middle Tennessee. That's Dan France Concrete. It's time to talk Rockvale football this morning, and we do that with the head coach of the Rockets. Brian Guthrie joins us. And, Coach, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Brian.
Good to have you along with us. You know, last time you and I had the opportunity to talk was a few weeks ago, and you know this game of football can sometimes be humbling for coaches, for players, for even broadcasters. You know, so but last night you took on your rival, and it was a tough night for your Rockets.
Yeah, we didn't have a great night. We came out and we got the first kickoff, and we moved the ball, and we were throwing it well, catching it well. We were running the football well, but we're kind of facing the same thing we've been facing as we hurt ourselves, and we had 2 false start penalties on that first drive, and ended up having a punt. So, and it just kind of ended. It just kind of went that way all night. And, we didn't do the things we needed to do to stay in the game, and we got to figure out how to get that fixed.
That kind of happened when we saw your guys last week with Stewart's Creek. It was almost like you take 2 steps forward and there's 1 step back, and it's a big step. Sometimes those things are hard to overcome, and penalties, where they happen, sometimes it's much bigger than the yardage.
Yeah. Penalties all the time are bad.
Sure.
And so we want to avoid those at all possible, but we can't seem to get out of that way. But we've got to be positive. We've got to keep working and getting better. And I want to say, I don't want to be negative this morning. I want to be positive. So, we had some really good play out of a lot of our players last night, and I was real proud of them. Riley Talley, I can't say enough about him. He had a great game on both sides of the ball. He catches the ball so well. He's got such good ball skills, and he comes flying downhill from the safety position and makes some, big tackles, and he's just everything. He's a punt returner for us and does great things there, and he just in all phases he's helped us be a better football team. And I thought O'Brien, Will Mabry, and Steven Nelson, those 3 guys are starting offensive linemen for us, but they also play 75% of the snaps on defense, or maybe 90, I don't know, but they're playing on both sides and giving us everything they've got. I'm just real proud of those 3 seniors, and Will comes by me last night. We're getting beat by 20 or 30 or something, and whatever it was, and we scored, and Will said, "Coach, we keep playing, we're going to win this thing." I'm like, well, we're going to run out of time, I think, Will. But just having that positive attitude, and, real proud of him. And, Bo's playing on a knee and an ankle, and he's fighting through it. And, Steven's giving us every play. He's giving us everything he's got. So I'm so proud of those guys. And, we just had people make some good plays. I mean, Benjalos Brooks, he left everything on the field. He had a couple mistakes, but he made a whole lot of plays. And Torrey Patterson played well for us last night. And, we just had a lot of guys that contributed and made some good plays and fought to the end. And, that's what you want to see. At no point last night did we hang our heads and let up. We played the whole night. They just outplayed us in a few spots. And that's kind of how it ended up.
Coach, it's those kind of kids that you want to go be around. I mean, you want to coach that kind of kid that's going to be positive, that, you know, when things aren't looking good is the one who even encourages you at that point, you know, and those are the type of people that are going to do great things in this world. And I can just hear it in your voice that you're proud of those kids and what they mean to your program.
Oh, I am. And, you know, people like Landon Jennings, who busts his tail every day for us, you know, has worked his way for the last 3 years to earn a starting spot, and you know, does everything in practice we need him to do. He's a personal protector on punt. He's the holder on extra point, and he starts at receiver for us. So, you know, those guys, and Dallas Paldo, who was a sophomore, and you know, plays every snap on offense and plays, you know, 50% of the snaps probably on defense. And, you know, he's a sophomore, and he comes up to me last night after the game and said, "Coach, that ain't on you, that's on us." And, you know, he's not totally right, because a lot of it was on me, but, you know, I always want to take the blame for the loss, and, you know, there's always things I could have done better through the week and gotten us prepared. But, you know, it's just, he gets it and he understands it, and he's very mature for a sophomore, and he's going to be a great player. I'm real proud of that guy. And, you know, just, you know, Evangelos Brooks, who, you know, who's got some ties to Riverdale, you know, comes up to me after the game, puts his arm around me and says, "Coach, I love you." And so those are the things that keep you fighting and keep you getting up every Saturday morning and going to work.
Yeah. When you can get that from a sophomore, I mean, that shows uncanny and really unbelievable leadership from a sophomore. So, I mean, the sky's the limit for a kid who can have that type of positivity and I've said maturity several times, but that's what it is. It sounds like
he is. Dallas is super mature for his age, and he is going to be a very special player. I'm excited to see what the future holds for him.
You know, you were talking about fighting in the trenches. I've been talking to a few coaches this morning. You know, the thing that makes the team, you know, be able to go downfield and chuck away 4, 5, 6 yards, you know, and in the rushing game, and protect the quarterback in the passing game, and also keep the other team from scoring, that offensive and defensive line. And those are the guys that don't always get the ink, but I think they almost expect it, because, you know, it's almost kind of a point of pride that they are kind of like the silent heroes of a football team.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You know, and we had, and I'm not making excuses, but we had three starters that didn't play last night for disciplinary reasons, and you know, we played a couple of sophomore corners, and those kids played really, really well. You know, one of them got beat, and you know, they just got ran by. You know, they got a senior, you know, the Fletcher kid is a really good football player, and you know, he's just faster than our kid, and just ran by him. So I really think that, you know, the future is bright. We're getting some quality, experience for those guys, and you know, eventually that's going to pay off.
Brian Guthrie, our guest this morning, as we talk Rockvale football. I don't know if you don't really have a lot of say or any say on how the districts or region slate is handed out, but I mean, back-to-back weeks, Riverdale and Oakland, that's a pretty tough sled to pull.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, we got to play the next game, and it doesn't matter who it is. You know, you got to play who you play in our region, and it's just the way it is. You know, if you want to play good football and against good opponents, then you're in the right spot. So, you know, we've got to take every game as it is at face value, and you know, keep getting better to us, and go try to win this next game.
How much this week do you focus on the Patriots, or how much do you focus on the Rockets in preparation for this game Friday?
Yes.
All of the above?
All of the above. We got a lot of work to do. But, you know, I know our kids, and like I said, you know, as miserable as it was at times last night, we had guys saying, keep your head up, keep playing, keep doing what you're doing. And so I know they'll come Monday ready to work, and we'll keep getting better, and never know what can happen. And Creasy obviously does a great job over there, and they've got a great tradition, and but that anybody can lose, or anybody can win any Friday night, and that's why you play the game,
Well, if it was already decided, why do you play?
That's right. That's right. So we got to understand that, as 16, 17-year-old kids, they've got to understand that, and I think they will, and we'll work hard this week, and we'll get them ready to play and see how it goes.
Coach, appreciate your time this morning, and we will see you next Saturday morning for sure.
Yeah, man. Sorry I couldn't make it in. It's just every street I turned down, there was a cop car blocking the road, so I just turned around and said, well, I guess I got to do my honeydews.
Yeah, well, Creasy was talking earlier. He was on College Street trying to get here. He's like half a block away, and he said, I may be in the parade. I don't know. So,
That's right.
But appreciate it.
That.
No,
we
probably
don't want him in the parade.
Have a good one, Brian.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That is Brian Guthrie, the head coach of the Rockvale Rockets, joining us on the Coach's Show, brought to you by Rick's Barbecue, serving up the best smoked barbecue, ribs, wings now, and many local favorites on Warrior Drive, locally operated by Anne-Marie Brentz and the Lanning family. Hey, coming up, John Dinkins takes over the airwaves. We're talking some Seagull football next on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner.
Hello, this is Coy Young at Las Casas Feed Supply.